So for this over-the-shoulder writing lesson, I'm going to take you through something I just got published, a little poem, how this came about, and draw some parallels with ideas for you and what you might do to help you get published. So this is a very small publication, but it's in a great poetry anthology called Places of Poetry in the UK. And I'm very new to writing poetry, so I'm quite delighted that it's in there. So the first thing that I did was I looked at the Places of Poetry project, and it was all about pinning poems on places that meant something to you in the UK. And I felt very strongly that I wanted to honour a place called Aberfan, where in 1966 there was a tragic accident and coal waste fell on top of a school, killing 116 children and 28 adults. It was both tragic and shouldn't have happened really, but I won't go into that. But I wanted a poem to honour Aberfan because I'm very keen that people don't forget it. So the first thing I did was have something that I felt very strongly about that I wanted to write a poem on. And I told people about this, and I told people I was getting very enthusiastic about poetry. And my friend Lee, who's also a writer, said, well, there's a great workshop going on, free workshop, up at a place called Big Pit, which is a heritage park. It used to be a coal pit, but now it's a heritage park about mining. And it's run by this wonderful poet called Joe Bell. So Lee and I set off for this workshop, which was tremendous. And during this workshop, we got a lot of inspiration about writing about place, including some amazing ideas from poetry of W.H. Auden, which was highly filmic. And I felt that was really useful for writing about Aberfan. So I also had another poet in my head called Wisława Szymborska. She's a Polish poet, and she had written an amazing poem called The Terrorist, He's Waiting. And it was all about almost a camera panning in the street where a terrorist attack is about to occur, leading up to the attack. And again, it was highly filmic. So here I was using great role models and great teachers, W.H. Auden, Wisława Szymborska and Joe Bell. After having these role models, I spotted a competition, which was a new competition called the Wales Poetry Prize. Now, I would normally not be keen on entering competitions because I only think they're worth entering if the judges and or the publication or organisation are very admirable. And in this case, for the Wales Poetry Prize, the judge was somebody I admired a great deal, a writer called Catherine Stansfield. So I put my poem into the competition and it got shortlisted, which brought it more attention. It was now already on the Places of Poetry map, this digital poetry map. And I encouraged other poet friends who had been writing together poems about women of West Wales to pin their poems. And we had a ceremony where we pinned them on and ate a cake to celebrate poetry, as you do. So that was joining in with collective writing projects and being extremely enthusiastic about it. So those are the 5 steps, if you like, that this poem went through before it got published. They weren't done in a calculating way. I just spotted opportunities. If you want to keep up with opportunities, then I would use Twitter and Google Alerts to do this. Type in writing competitions, the country you live in, for Google Alerts. Look at hashtags on Twitter and Instagram, actually, just to keep up with opportunities. Get a feel for who's running writing competitions, what sort of people apply for them. do you identify with those people and admire them, and maybe can find some role models there. So I hope that's helpful, and good luck with getting something to publication yourself. Bye.